Welcome back to the High School OT Jamboree. It's our last game of the night, folks. The Southeast Raleigh Bulldogs taking on the Millbrook Wildcats. I am J. Mike Blake. Joining me on this broadcast will be the football insider with High School OT, Joel Bryant. Joel, this is going to be a really intriguing matchup. Two teams, same city, and both lots of reason for optimism this year. We know we have Millbrook 8th in the state. Tell me a little bit more about Southeast Raleigh and what they've got going on.
Yes, ever since EJ Campbell came to the coach and good. Oh, he's keeping the kids that are in that area in the program, and they've had some really good progress. They haven't really broken through in the playoffs yet. I think that could happen this year. So much talent on this team. They have 4 kids committed to college right now and a couple other younger kids who are going to be going to college as well. So, yeah, very interested to see how they stack up against this Millbrook team. Southeast was just outside our top 25. Millbrook is in the top 10. We'll see how it goes.
Southeast Raleigh 7-4 a year ago, ending that year as we had an immediate sack, first play of the game.
That would be the #1 player in North Carolina in the 2027 class, Rashad Streets.
Rashad Streets showing you why he had so many sacks a year ago. He wasted absolutely no time in doing it here.
Yeah, I think they reported over 26 sacks for him last year. Just crazy. It's crazy. You're averaging, what, 2.6 sacks a game? Well, I guess they played 12 games last year, so it'd be more like 2 to get sacks a game. It's still pretty crazy.
And Tydreek Powell Jr., the quarterback for Southeast Raleigh, no time on that one. We'll see what he does here on 2nd and long. The High School OT Jamboree, he's throwing it across his body. Ooh, good completion there. And making some guys miss. Pushed out of bounds. That's Moses Miller, number 0 for the Bulldogs.
Tydreek Powell, nice big body, committed to Gardner Webb. So pretty good college prospect here. They're really trying to expand their passing game this year. Last year they were kind of reserved a little bit in that regard. So it'll be a good first test against the secondary here.
Clock is under 23 minutes left here in the first half. So some of the High School OT Jamboree rules include 24-minute halves, rolling clock until about the last minute or so, and then it'll stop for first downs in case we have any comebacks, which had a few of those today. Our first game this evening was Southern Durham defeating Corinth Holders. Then we had Harnett Central blowing out Terry Sanford. A nail-biter with Roseville defeating Cardinal Gibbons 7-6, stopping a 2-point conversion with no time left. And this is completed to Moses. A big-time juke move as he goes out of bounds at the 40.
That was impressive. That was impressive. To be honest with you, I didn't even see the back half of that play because I was watching the left tackle for Southeast Raleigh, Grayson Williams, a sophomore. He buried his guy into the ground. He has so many Power 4 offers for a sophomore. He's the next big prospect out of Raleigh. Now, I was hoping that we'd see Rashad Streets go against him, but so far Millbrook is putting Streets on the left side. Grayson Williams is the left tackle, so they're avoiding that matchup, unfortunately.
Yeah, well, with these edge rushers, you can kind of stick them wherever.
Yeah, but like, let's see good versus good. Come on, it's a jamboree.
Give the people what they want. So the ball is moved back to the 41. I guess he stepped out a little bit earlier. Our previous game, right prior to this, the host school, Wake Forest, defeating Middle Creek. It's still a good crowd here, even as we are past 10:15 p.m.
Jonas just pointed out to me the Streets is now lined up against Williams, so we're going to see it.
See it here. And I think Grayson Williams pulled on that one. A run up the middle for the Bulldogs. That is number 27, James Adams the 4th. The energy in the stands right now, really good for a last game.
Yes.
Those who stuck around are into this. And like you said, both fan bases expecting big things this year. For Millbrook, it's been kind of last couple years. I think last year when they took off to another level, Southeast, they're thinking this could be the breakout year.
Yeah, I think so too. Lots of seniors on this team.
This is Adams. Good hard-nosed run. put his foot on the ground and burst forward. First down and across midfield for the Southeast Raleigh Bulldogs.
So James Adams is going to be a little bit underrated because his teammate, Christian Freeman's going to NC State. Adams himself is a very good running back in that junior class. He's going to be a college player as well, I think. Maybe not at the same level as Christian Freeman, but he's got a shot.
Not seen Freeman so far. He might be in street clothes. I think it's hard to say with some of the jersey numbers.
He is number 5, so we're looking for him.
First and 10 here for Southeast Raleigh. We're under 20 minutes in the first half. Give is to Miller. He gets some good yardage. You know, last year at the HighSchoolOT Jamboree, that's when Millbrook had a really good showing.
Yes.
Showed what they could do, especially on defense, and they carried that into the season. And actually, both of these teams last year, the defense was a little bit sharper at times than the offense, but this year you kind of get a sense on both sides that it's going to be very balanced, complementary football.
Yeah, for Millbrook, their offense doesn't even need to do that much, I don't think. The defense is just so talented. They have like legit Power 4 guys in all 3 levels of the defense. And they're just so big and athletic. I mean, just the eye test alone, it's pretty impressive what they have.
The give is once again to Moses Miller. Good tackle made there. We haven't mentioned Quentin Cipher.
I did not see him out
Millbrook. Did not see him out there.
there. Yep.
If he was out there, he'd talk about someone who
He'll be number 2.
And we would call his name very quickly.
He's easy to back out because of the hair.
Yeah, that's
nice
part of it.
Flowing hair.
And the fact that he's always...
And he's also like 6'4" and everywhere.
And he's always tackling the guy with the ball.
Yeah.
3rd and 4 here for the Bulldogs. Trips to the right for Powell. It's a handoff to Adams. He's met in the backfield, tries to stiff arm and get a little bit of more running room, and he does. First down.
Didn't seem like anything was there, but he found the hole.
Meeting him in the backfield there was number 81, Jaden Smith, but he was unable to bring him down. So the Bulldogs keep it moving here.
You have to wonder, though, if Cipher was out there, would that one have gone to the first down marker?
That's a good thing. If you just having a middle linebacker like that, if you just hold up your guy a little bit, he's crashing in eventually.
Yeah.
It will not take long for him to get there. You can just slow your guy down.
Yeah, especially with the instincts like he has.
Powell is going to be flush in the pocket. He's brought down.
Pre-snap penalty.
That'll be Jaden Smith. We just called his name on the previous play, but Jaden Smith gets the sack there. Part of our Jamboree rules that you cannot tackle the quarterback to the ground. Just kind of touching him, holding him up. It's good enough.
Yeah, we have seen some different interpretations of it. And I forgot which game it was, but there was a really long pass that was made where
that was
the players,
that 80-yard
yes.
Southern Durham pass.
It's all running together right now, but
yeah.
yes, the players thought they had tapped him, and he just kept scrambling around and threw an 80-yard touchdown.
Yeah. Well, these refs are not going to be calling two-hand touch during the season, so a little hard for them right now. One of our sponsors tonight is Alpaca Peruvian Chicken, which we've had up here in the press box. It is fantastic if you haven't had it or haven't tried it yet. It's great at office lunches, team lunches, tailgating, and football games. Place your next catering order with Alpaca so you and your friends can enjoy the best rotisserie chicken. And the pass falls incomplete. The best rotisserie chicken from one of their 18 locations in the Triangle, Fayetteville, Mebane, Wilmington, Sanford, and now Wilson. Alpaca Peruvian Chicken, a great sponsor of HighSchoolOT. They'll be feeding, we'll talk about our game of the week a little bit later on. They'll be feeding both teams this delicious chicken, the beans, the rice. It's a lot of Alpaca Peruvian Chicken to feed a football team, feed guys like Millbrook and Southeast Raleigh, but they're doing it.
Yeah, it's an impressive operation how they can just turn out their rotisserie chickens like that. I don't know how they do it, but they do it and they all taste so good.
3rd and long for Southeast Raleigh, and we've got somebody lined up in the neutral zone. I'm not sure if that is, or maybe it was the referee blew the whistle ahead of that. a Millbrook player has to go to the sideline, as Rashad Streets actually.
Well, that'll be helpful on this third down for Southeast.
Yeah. So no penalty there. Powell looking to his right, caught, and he will score.
Wow.
Touchdown, Southeast Raleigh, Kobe Walker. The 36-yard connection from Tydreek Powell.
So what we learned from Tydreek Powell so far is he's not afraid to take a risky throw. The one that was thrown on the play before could have been intercepted, but he took the shot anyways. This one, he threaded that through a couple of defenders there, and somehow it got through. Pretty impressive confidence there.
Now, I saw Southeast Raleigh last year, one of the game of the weeks, very conservative with the passing game, or had to throw deep when they fell behind. This year, you could tell they've got some options this year. That was a 10-minute drive. Alexander Campbell kicks that extra point through. 14 minutes, 52 seconds here in the first half, and Southeast Raleigh strikes first. That was a methodical drive. That was not one of those, we've seen long drives today where there are so many flags involved that it really adds to the time. That one was just good old-fashioned, move the chains, pick up those short yardage situations. And then, like you said, that strike on that touchdown pass, a few more inches left, right, could have been knocked down, picked off. Instead, it goes for 6.
But it's a good sign. You know, we knew that they were going to be able to run the ball this year. Last year, the question was the passing game. This year, I think they need some receivers to step up and, you know, make themselves open, and that was a pretty good start there.
Now we are looking at Millbrook as they take the field with their offense. They'll start the drive at the 20. No kickoffs here in the HighSchoolOT Jamboree. Millbrook is a team that we talked about, try to get some stuff going on offense. That was an improvement on offense. Would go a long way this year because of how good they are on defense. And Joel, Bryson Gray, the quarterback from Millbrook, tell us a little bit about what he brings and kind of the promise surrounding him, because he was not kind of in this situation, or we weren't hearing as much about him this time last year.
So last year he was involved in a kind of a multi-quarterback deal. He didn't get the full reins of the starting quarterback position. This year, that's his chance. Now, Bryson, he reported an offer from UNC in the offseason. This is his first offer. I think it's still the first offer he's reported. So there is some ability there. I'm just very curious to see how it pans out for him as a full-time starter and how he can maximize these weapons. They have some new faces in this receiving core that we can talk about. I'm just very curious to see, you know, in his junior year, what does he look like with all the attention on him, every single snap going his way. Very excited to find out.
Southeast Raleigh offside there, so it'll be a 2nd and 5 for the Millbrook offense.
So out there, number 6, Malachi Thomas. He is a transfer from Cleveland High School, 6'4" receiver. He was all region for us last year, 1,000-yard receiver. Curious to see how they get him involved early.
4 wideouts, man in motion. They'll give it up the middle. I believe that is Bryson McCullers on the carry. And this will make it a 3rd and 1. So he ran hard, straight ahead. And I think I had Millbrook last year, game of the week against Roseville. I can't remember if I saw him another time, but McCullers ran hard all night for them.
McCullers is a guy that gets lost in the running back discussions in this state. He's had a 1,000-yard season, I think, every single season of his career, starting at Sanderson a couple of years. Last year at Millbrook, he's a strong runner.
He had no chance on that one, however.
He did not.
Caden Woods. Actually, sorry, I don't have a number 34 on the roster, but he was quick to the ball that time, and that's going to force Millbrook to punt. So big play. They were keyed in on that one.
Yeah, you would like to see, you know, even though it's 3rd and short, you'd like to see them put the ball in the air there with the kind of weapons they have. I mean, I kind of want to see these guys they have now.
And I know coaches don't want to put too much on film, but we are 2 weeks away from the regular season, which has benefited us here today because we've gotten to see the starters play a little bit longer. The closer you get to the season, the more you're kind of got a quick leash, kind of short leash, I should say, bringing them off the field. We got to see a lot of good players all day long here at the HighSchoolOT Jamboree presented by Alpaca Chicken, 2 Men in a Truck, and the U.S. Army. This penalty, I think it was a delay of game, is going to move them back 5 more yards. And I believe that's number 88, Ethan Lebrecki, to punt this one away. There'll be no rush on the punt and no return as the clock ticks under 12 minutes. You can fair catch it. Help with field position. Southeast Raleigh will take over its next drive at the 50. We'll be back.
Are you craving chicken? Download the Alpaca Peruvian Chicken app to gain access to exclusive offers and earn rewards by eating the food that you love. New members who sign up will receive a free entree. Again, that's the Alpaca Peruvian Chicken app. Taste their legendary flavor and homemade pride at 18 locations across the Triangle, Fayetteville, Mebane, Wilmington, Sanford, and now Wilson. You can visit them online at alpacachicken.com and catch the Alpaca Chicken Game of the Week each Friday night on HighSchoolOT.com.
It's more than a move. It's a new job for her. A new baseball team for him. And for Badger, it's a new yard with more room to roam. It's more than a move, and we're more than a truck.
I am disciplined, physically and mentally tough. Trained and proficient in my warrior tasks and drills. I am American soldier.
Welcome back to the HighSchoolOT Jamboree. I am J. Mike Blake, joined by Joel Bryant. Southeast Raleigh's first play of this drive is a little shovel pass, but it's going to be brought back due to a hold. So now they'll take over, be 1st and 20 at their own 40. This is the last game of 5 that we've had here today. Been great football, great crowds.
It's been a great night.
And probably most importantly, great weather. August 9th.
Yeah.
Cannot beat this low humidity, and it hasn't even been over 82 all day.
I was getting nervous throughout the week when it was kind of raining a lot, but this new field, all the work they've done at Wake Forest, the field drains well now, so it's not too soggy down there, and it's held up pretty well throughout the night. It looks pretty good right now.
It has really held it up, and now, like you said, we've had such a wet week. I really was kind of worried about what it would look like here as we get to our last game. That was Moses Miller on the carry, picking up a few yards. Millbrook, well, they're loaded up there in the box, and
Streets went across.
Jumping a little bit too early is Rashad Streets. He's going to point to Southeast Raleigh.
That Southeast flinched, and the refs agreed.
The ref agrees with Rashad Streets. We'll see what the other ref says.
Of course, the Southeast sideline thinks it was Streets.
Good old-fashioned little debate here of who jumped first.
You know, Millbrook, I know that Rashad Streets can beat the Southeast Raleigh right guard, but I want to see him beat Grayson Williams, the left tackle. Give us what we want.
He went over there on the previous Southeast drive, but
they ran it.
It was a running play, and Williams pulled. So we didn't get to see that one-on-one matchup. Tydreek Powell Jr. throwing deep, and it is hauled in, caught, Kendrick Wright.
Gosh, Mike, that throw with Streets bearing down on him to make that throw there accurately, very impressive.
Big time throw from Tydreek Powell.
Top 50 player in the country. He's just like about to take you down to the ground and stood in there strong and made that accurate pass.
Yeah, the poise on that one, and it was good coverage.
It was.
Right there, even better catch. Now Southeast gets to the 30-yard line. Joel, I have seen now Christian Freeman, number 5, in street clothes on the sidelines. So we will not be seeing the NC State running back recruit. We'll instead see James Adams IV get that carry.
I understand it. You know, we would have liked to have seen Christian Freeman, but I totally understand that one.
You also never know if a player had a little hampering injury, a little hanging
They also
around.
need to get a certain number of hours before they can play in these scrimmages.
We do hope to see him next week. Bulldog
yeah,
Bash.
Bulldog Bash. They're saving them for that.
August 15th at Southeast Raleigh. The action starts at 6 p.m.
That's going to be another good game. Southeast versus Jordan. Jordan's number 18 in our preseason rankings. That's going to be a very good team this year.
I'm excited to power that preseason matchups. 4 of them on that night. And a big hit. Lowering the boom is number 10, Jarvis Tripp.
Yeah, he raised him up into the air. Almost pile drived him a little bit. Nice tackle by the outside linebacker.
And then the open field, no less. Under 7 minutes here. And Southeast Raleigh is trying to move this ball. Let's talk to you about other kinds of moving. If you need solutions for moving, storage, or junk removal, locally owned and operated company 2 Men and a Truck has you covered. All of 2 Men and a Truck's movers and haulers are background checked, uniformed, and insured. Visit 2menandatruck.com to get your move started today. Speaking of moving, a lot of motion going down that sideline. Tyrus White.
Yeah, not great tackling there by Millbrook, but that's why we're here. We're working out that stuff. They had him there for a short gain. They could have had him down, but instead he gets a 1st and goal.
1st and goal. Yeah, I think for tackling the DBs, it comes a little bit later sometimes.
Yeah, and they've also have not had much time in practice yet to work the tackling.
Next week, the Bulldog Bash. Then after that, the regular season on August 22nd. Screen pass, complete, pushing the pile, trying to go forward. That's number 12. I believe that's number 12, Zaire Stanley.
I like the diversity in the calls so far. Head coach E.J. Campbell took over the play calling this year. He's showing a good mixture of stuff. Screen passes, deep passes, runs.
This will be a 2nd and goal at the 2 for the Bulldogs. Last year, a member of the Greater Neuse River Conference, which was a really good top-to-bottom conference. This year, they're members of the Greater Neuse River 7A Conference, and a lot of those same teams are still in there.
It's one of the few conferences that's largely the same as what it was during the last 4 years.
Yeah, they will have a lot of the same opponents. We'll still have Clayton and Cleveland, Garner, Fuquay-Varina, South Garner. The only addition is Smithfield-Selma.
And then Willow Spring is out.
Willow Spring is out. Smithfield-Selma's in. Let's take some time to talk to you about another one of our sponsors, the U.S. Army. With more than 20 different career fields to choose from, U.S. Army officers receive financial aid for a debt-free education at one of the largest and most advanced organizations of learning in the world. Be all you can be. Visit GoArmy.com for more information today. Like I say, a lot of people I went to high school with, you're really close in the military area. They went into the Army, no debt when they went to college. Can't say that about everyone I graduated with. Pretty good opportunities available. Check them out at GoArmy.com. Southeast Raleigh, this is their 2nd drive. We're under 5 minutes left in the first half. And they've been marching right downfield both times that they've had it, which is saying something. I know Quentin Cypher's not out there for Millbrook, but it is still a really good defense. A handoff up the middle. Rashad Street says no.
There's the other 4-star, the front 7.
He says no, sir.
I guess they only need one of them out there.
Moses Millard is not taking that one in because number 22, that quick burst. You know, Joel, in these recruiting rankings, the edge rushers, they really like the edge rushers. Very easily projectable to the next level.
Yeah.
And you can see why he's the top-ranked junior in the state. Powell in shotgun, hands off again to Miller, and he is in there. Touchdown, Southeast Raleigh. 4:06 on the clock, and it is now 13-0.
Good statement so far by Southeast.
Their first drive took 10 minutes off the clock. This one took 8 minutes off the clock.
Same story, right? Very diverse set of play calling. They're not really exactly hiding anything right now, which I like because it's a new system, and they're really working all out.
Alexander Campbell's extra point is up, and it is good. 14-0 here in the first half. I talked to you a little bit about the Bulldog Bash. Let's get some more details on that for you. This is the HighSchoolOT Jamboree. Next Friday, it's the Southeast Raleigh Bulldog Bash, powered by HighSchoolOT. That action starts at 6 p.m. You've got Knightdale versus Cary coming up, 2 7A teams. Then it's Sanderson versus Wilson Prep, a 7A and a 1A, followed by Garner versus Wake Forest, again, 2 7A teams. And then capping things off, as Joel mentioned, top 25 ranked Jordan, an 8A team, taking on these Bulldogs of Southeast Raleigh. For more details on that, visit HighSchoolOT.com.
I know Southeast Raleigh really wanted to play Millbrook in this. They feel like Millbrook has been kind of avoiding them in the scheduling. You know how it goes. The schools, have their preferences on who they want to schedule and whatnot. They haven't played since 2021, and you can tell they have a little bit of a spunk to them tonight.
It's also just tough to fit people into your schedule.
Yes.
Since we went to the 10-game regular season.
Yes.
People forget that. Used to be a lot easier to get people on your schedule when you had 11, with only 10. Sometimes you may have 3 dates. You need one of those dates to be at home, and 2 if you can, depending on your conference schedule.
Especially now Millbrook moving into an 8-team conference when they're in a 6-team conference the past 4 years.
Yep. Handoff here is going to Brylas and McCullers. And bringing him down is number 20. That is Josiah Heath. You can tell this means something to Southeast Raleigh. Some tackles in the backfield, they are getting pumped. It's kind of like what we saw with Roseville Gibbons, where we knew that things mattered more than just beating in the Jamboree to both sides.
Southeast is playing like how Millbrook played last year's Jamboree.
Right, yeah. Millbrook really wanted Gibbons in last year's Jamboree. They came out with some inspired football. Gray dumping it off to McCullers. He's got some blockers.
Nice
Moving
vision.
down the sideline. First down and more. Perfect time to bring that one out of the bag.
Yeah, McCullers really watched that develop well. He took what Southeast was doing in stride, and it wasn't panicked. It was kind of patient, and he picks his way through there and had a nice gain.
And credit to that Millbrook offensive line getting downfield, getting some good blocks on people.
I will say, Southeast is also without one of their best linebackers, number 8, Robert McCullough, is a Campbell commit. I feel like if he was out here, that would help him a lot.
Throw out to the flat, complete. And down the sideline, and he could go. One man to beat, and they will mark it down inside the 5. Jaden Smith, we've called his name on defense, now on offense. A huge play for the Millbrook Wildcats.
Awesome for the senior. It's interesting, J. Mike, you look at their roster, you see all 2027, 2027, 2027, 2028, not many 2026.
Yeah, not a lot of seniors at all on Millbrook's team.
And he's one of the few seniors on this team, Jaden Smith.
So one a screen pass, the other a swing pass. Getting big yardage for Millbrook as they're trying to get on the board here. Under 2 minutes left in the first half. The give to McCullers. We'll wait on the signal. He's down at the 1. Did not make it.
It was still another solid pickup for McCullers through traffic. He just has this kind of a knack for it. He's very patient. Slivers his way through the gap there, and that's a decent gain for that situation.
One of the tacklers on that was Keyshawn Eliezer, excuse me.
Stanford commit.
Stanford recruit, we haven't mentioned his name tonight, but another great edge rusher from the triangle. 3 backs in the backfield. Gray gives to Brylas and McCullers. He's hit, but is he in? He is. Touchdown, Wildcats. Brielle McGuire Salinas tried to hit him before he crossed the plane, but it was too late. Touchdown, Millbrook. with 1 minute and 10 seconds left in the first quarter. This will be Ethan Lebrecki coming out for the extra point try.
Lebrecki, another junior.
Kick is good. 14-7. The Wildcats have cut the lead in half.
They have the basic formula, right? Really good defense, the ability to run the ball on offense. It's just going to be about for them really breaking open that passing game to really increase their ceiling this year. But what they have on defense and with McCullers and their rushing attack, I mean, it's going to get them 8 wins no matter what.
Yeah, absolutely. Hopefully a team we see down the road this year with our HighSchoolOT Game of the Week. That is going to be presented by Alpaca Peruvian Chicken, your home for the biggest games in the state every Friday night. We're going to get things going on August 22nd with a Week 1 showdown in the Sandhills between Terry Sanford and crosstown opponent 71st, the 3A runner-up last year. Again, that's the HighSchoolOT Game of the Week presented by Alpaca Peruvian Chicken. It'll be streamed live on HighSchoolOT, and that time,
another aggressive throw by Powell.
Slipping before he can haul that in was Moses Miller. Then it kind of deflected off of him up into the air. Could have been dangerous for the Bulldogs.
So another player to watch in this Millbrook defense, number 11, Cairo Williams, has a handful of Power 4 offers. He almost closed on that one there. He's playing the deep safety right now. He's coming up a little bit closer as we speak.
Throw complete and tackled almost immediately. Another one to Miller. He's been very active in the offense here today. Joel and Jarvis Tripp making the tackle.
Jarvis Tripp everywhere, huh?
And I believe we have a timeout on the field with 52.8 seconds. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
Are you craving chicken? Download the Alpaca Peruvian Chicken app to gain access to exclusive offers and earn rewards by eating the food that you love. New members who sign up will receive a free entree. Again, that's the Alpaca Peruvian Chicken app. Taste their legendary flavor and homemade pride at 18 locations across the Triangle, Fayetteville, Mebane, Wilmington, Sanford, and now Wilson. You can visit them online at alpacachicken.com and catch the Alpaca Chicken Game of the Week each Friday night on HighSchoolOT.com.
It's more than a move. It's a new job for her. A new baseball team for him. And for Badger, it's a new yard with more room to roam. It's more than a move, and we're more than a truck.
I am disciplined, physically and mentally tough. Trained and proficient in my warrior tasks and drills. I am American soldier.
Welcome back to the HighSchoolOT Jamboree. 52.8 seconds left here in the first half. Southeast Raleigh has the ball. Millbrook called that timeout to try to get a third down stop and get the ball back. Powell throwing on the move, trying to come back for it as his receiver, and there is no flag on the field. Hendrick Wright.
This was the first game that would have been a flag.
Yes, there would have been 4 flags on the field if that had been our first game with Corinth holders in Southern Durham.
Still like the aggressiveness of Powell throwing that deep ball there. The only way to improve your offense vertically is to.
Well, I think for Southeast Raleigh, there's a good argument there that one could have been in a regular season. A lot of times that could be a flag if you don't get your head around and.
Yeah, I mean,
if it's underthrown, it works for the offense.
I could have seen that call.
Yeah,
maybe that's an official who looking forward to getting home. Maybe.
Yeah. I guess you could make an argument they're both battling for it, but sometimes the delay of game here will back this up 5 yards for Southeast. But a lot of times the official will say, "Up, you didn't get your head around, and even though it was underthrown, you didn't do your part as a DB." Millbrook, again, they call timeout for a reason. They want the ball back. They want to see if they can score one more time here in the last minute.
Even though it's not live, you still really need a good punt in the situation.
Yeah. And a decent punt. A lot of run up to it.
So they got 51 yards to go in 37 seconds.
See if the Wildcats can make use of that. Either way, even if they don't, these are kind of situations coaches need their teams to get some reps in. Because tell you what, Joel, when the calendar turns into November, you're going to need to have an offense that knows how to do a 2-minute drill.
Yeah, good opportunity here for Bryson Gray to operate the offense. You get the ball out fast, get it to guys who can take it out of bounds and stop the clock. See how he handles it.
And that's Bryson Gray, the quarterback, shotgun formation, play action, throwing across the middle, and is caught. Number 7, Malachi Gilchrist. Can he make it? He's in there. Touchdown, 51 yards.
Or just throw a touchdown on the first play. You don't have to slowly dot it up the field. You can just throw a touchdown on the first play.
My goodness, they wanted the ball back, and they made good on it and wasted no time. Malachi Gilchrist cutting across field, going by defenders, and then hitting that pylon. The extra point could tie it here. 25.1 seconds left. That only took 12 seconds off the clock to even it up. So after the Bulldogs built a 14-0 lead, the Wildcats scored twice in about 5 minutes of game time.
Yeah. Tackling angle is a big point of focus this time of year. It's hard to really kind of practice those angles in practice. You can do it through some drills, but in a game situation, when you got a guy crossing the field like that, it's hard to get the right angle.
Wow, we saw that a few times with some of the other big plays today. 14 all now. We are tied between Millbrook and Southeast Raleigh. That was pretty electric.
Yeah.
It reminded me of a few touchdowns earlier. Game 2, we had, game 1, we did have an 80-yard bomb.
Yep.
In one play drive. Game 2, we had an 80-yard bomb, one play drive. This one, we have a 51-yard one play drive.
The Gibbons touchdown is pretty long,
the Gibbons touchdown is 54 yards.
So what we got here?
At the end of regulation.
25 seconds to go. They have to go 80 yards.
Never say never. It's the HighSchoolOT Jamboree.
Hey, with the way Powell's pushing the ball up the field, they got a shot.
Yeah, he has looked good. So we now focus in on the Bulldogs. 25 seconds left. They'll give it up the middle.
Safe route.
Rashad Streets helps finish off that tackle. That was started by number 32, Carson Adams.
Can't imagine they'll take another snap if they're running it there.
Running up to the line of scrimmage as if
they're
they'll
gonna
snap
try.
it one more time. 5 seconds left until we reach halftime here. Give up the middle.
Yeah.
That is Adams. And that will do it for our first half of action. Millbrook, Southeast Raleigh, they are tied 14-all in our final game of the HighSchoolOT Jamboree.
It's your time to move things forward. U.S. Army Reserve.
It's more than a move. It's a new job for her. A new baseball team for him. And for Badger, it's a new yard with more room to roam. It's more than a move, and we're more than a truck.
Alpaca Peruvian Chicken is great at office lunches, team lunches, tailgating, and football games. Place your next catering order at Alpaca so you and your friends can enjoy the best rotisserie chicken in the area. Taste their legendary flavor and homemade pride at 18 locations across the Triangle, Fayetteville, Mebane, Wilmington, Sanford, and now Wilson. Alpaca Peruvian Chicken, home of North Carolina's favorite chicken and a proud supporter of high school OT and football teams across the state.
Welcome back to the High School OT Jamboree. Just one more half left of our 5-game lineup here. It's been a good one. Not only just good number of games all day, but this one to close things out has been great. Southeast Raleigh led 14-0. Millbrook answering back in the final 5 minutes of the first half to tie it up 14-all. I am J. Mike Blake, joined by Joel Bryant. We've got you for the last 24 minutes of the High School OT Jamboree. Again, running clock here in the Jamboree, except for the last minutes, but you can't stop the clock for a first down. Great lineup of games. Southern Durham defeated Corinth Holders to start us off at 5 o'clock. Then we had Harnett Central blowing out.
It's the only lopsided game of the night.
Only lopsided game, you're right. 3-touchdown performance by DJ Brown, Harnett Central.
The star player of the day.
Definitely, as they defeated Terry Sanford. Cardinal Gibbons Rollsville comes down to the last play of the game. Gibbons scores a touchdown, goes for 2 in the win, and gets denied. Rollsville holds on 7-6. And then our last game, as we see a swing pass out here to the right, brought down from behind. In our last game, the host school, Wake Forest, good effort to take down Middle Creek, 7-3.
Yeah, I was impressed by that. Middle Creek's a team I'm very high on this year. They were just destroying everyone on JV last year, and all those guys are up now, but Wake Forest looks pretty good.
I don't think there's a team today that can either say, oh, like, we're not optimistic about this year after today, or doesn't say, hey, we know what we need to work on after having some good competition here at the High School OT Jamboree, presented by Alpaca Chicken, 2 Men in a Truck, and the U.S. Army.
You'd like to see Tatum Martin just like take that and run upfield immediately instead of go backwards a little bit. But I still got a good gain out of it.
That north-south running will be something you perfect over time.
Just little things that keep the coaches up at night.
Bryson Gray, the quarterback. Low snap. He's going to have to just dive on it.
Here.
Good job of Bryson Gray just diving on it there, not trying to do anything
I wonder
extra.
if they're working a different center in this half, maybe.
Could very well be. So Millbrook, when they answered Southeast Raleigh's 14-0 advantage, the first touchdown was a 1-yard touchdown run by Bryson McCullers. And then, with just seconds left before halftime, a 51-yard strike to Malachi Gilchrist, who caught a slant, and a very difficult catch at that, kind of behind him, a little high, brings it in and then avoids all the tacklers in his way.
Nice throw by Gray. And there's Malachi Thomas, the transfer from Cleveland. 1,000-yard receiver last year, comes up to Millbrook, hoping to make this passing offense as much of a threat as the rushing offense.
With 6'4", a big target at that.
And that was a good throw with anticipation. That's the kind of stuff you want to see out of Gray here in his first year as a full-time starter.
Still seeing a good number of starters out there on both sides. Again,
Leeser here, left end.
Number 11, Stanford recruit, edge rusher.
Nice.
Dumping it out.
Here's
into
Gilchrist
the
again.
flat. Gilchrist, first down at the 42-yard line. That play had some Bulldogs fooled on it.
I will
really
say
sold out on the run.
operation there by Gray was impressive. He really sold them on it. They were all confused. They all thought that the running back had the ball, and he pulled it out fast and got out there to Gilchrist. That was impressive operations there.
Millbrook has scored touchdowns on their last 2 drives, trying to make it 3 in a row. Give up the middle. That is, I believe, number 23, Santonis Wright.
Santonis Wright transferred from Cary this offseason. He was kind of the best player at Cary last year offensively, skill-wise. Comes over here, now he's effectively the number 2 back.
Be a 2nd and 6 here. Gray
Snap
handles
off to the right.
Yeah, the snap was kind of to his
So
right.
That was properly high, but it was off to the right there. Gosh, you just have to like this matchup down here with Thomas, a 6'4" receiver. The corner who's on him is not the tallest guy. I'd like to see them just give an opportunity, go up and get it.
Yeah. Calvin Danley, the corner, matched up with Thomas right now. 3rd and 12 for the Wildcats. It's a handoff. And it's Santonis right. And Keyshawn Eliezer making the tackle.
Cross formation to make it.
Yeah, long way to, a lot of ground to cover.
Luckily, he's tall, long legs, and he can get there fast. Looks like Millbrook's going to go for it.
Yeah, this is kind of an odd place to punt it, especially with our Jamboree rules. So why not see what your team can do?
It explains why they ran on 3rd and long. They were planning on going for it.
See what they do when they need to get a first down. 4th and 8.
Snap a bit high.
Gray with some time, throws, caught.
Nice throw.
First down, Millbrook.
And there's Thomas using his big body to box out the defender. That was a great, accurate pass by Gray. You have to have confidence to throw that ball, and he threw it, and it was on time and accurate.
Like I said, just boxing out his defender, using that size against him.
Yeah, that's big stuff right there. 4th and 8, against a good defense, you're hanging there and make that throw. That's good stuff.
And he got enough time to do it and really stepped into that throw, rifled it. 30-yard line. We're under 18 minutes here.
Snap off to the right again.
And Gray again trying to bring it in. He's going to run out to his left and get out of bounds. We do have a flag way downfield. As a receiver and a DB get kind of tangled up. We'll see what that one's about and which side it's on. We talked earlier about Southeast Raleigh's conference this year, which is looking pretty much like last year's conference. Even the same name, the Greater Neuse River. The only difference is they're in 7A. Willow Spring goes out. Smithville-Selma comes in. Bit more changes for Millbrook. They're 8A. Everyone in their conference is 8A. You have Athens Drive, Enloe, Broughton, Corinth Holders, then Leesville, Millbrook, Rollsville, Wakefield. So mostly Wake County schools, Raleigh on northward, and then you throw in Corinth Holders from Johnston County. Between Rollsville and Millbrook, that's 2 top 10 teams. And then
Leesville's gonna have a good year again.
Leesville, nothing to sneer at. Really an underappreciated program year in, year out.
I thought today, after the slow start, Corinth looked pretty good. I mean, after that, botched snap to start the game and everything, they were pretty much even with Southern Durham the rest of the way.
Yeah, like you said, like they had one big play that they gave up. And once their defensive line got active and got into that Southern Durham backfield, that's where they really started to turn things around for themselves.
I like that quarterback too, David Jarman.
So a few different penalties. We've always had a few penalties here in HighSchoolOT Jamboree. As long as you clean things up now.
You got 2 weeks to do it. Whoa,
this snap way too high for Gray to fall on. And so Southeast Raleigh will try to fall on it instead.
Somehow
I think Gray got it.
Gosh, that missed opportunity there for Southeast.
Jaquan Higgins has to be kicking himself.
Falls there on a silver platter for you. You get there first.
And he wasn't trying to scoop and score. He didn't get greedy. He dove on it, and somehow it still squirted out from under him.
Maybe he tried to scoop it, it would work better.
Yeah, maybe that was more natural for him.
It's still going to be pretty hard to surmount this second and, what is it?
This is
27.
This is second and Weldon here coming up. And they go all the way out to I-95 and make a few turns in order to pick up this first down. Gray in the flat. Complete. That is number 15, Chase Sizer.
A Wakefield transfer. Didn't really realize he was a tight end as well, but he's a pretty productive defensive end.
Who else but Eliezer on the tackle for Southeast Raleigh? 3rd and forever coming up for the Wildcats.
I think Eliezer playing in space like that is going to be his best avenue at the next level.
Gray throws complete. This will make the 4th down a little bit more manageable.
Well, now you can actually kind of go for this if you'd like to. It's only going to be 4th and 16. I mean, punting it, how much better does that improve your field position from here?
Yeah, not at all. A punt into the end zone only flips the field 16 yards.
We saw what they did on 4th and 8.
13 minutes and 40 seconds left here. An 11-minute drive for Millbrook. Pretty incredible. This is still the first drive of this half. Gray going to the end zone. Incomplete. No flags. Southeast Raleigh will. No, here are the flags.
Very late flag.
What did I do?
This one, to me, this one was not nearly as bad as the one that was missed in the first half.
I need a more second delay before I say no flags next time. I'll take this time to tell you about one of our sponsors this year, Alpaca Peruvian Chicken. It's great at office lunches, team lunches, tailgating, and football games. Place your next catering order with Alpaca so you and your friends can enjoy the best rotisserie chicken from one of their 18 locations across the Triangle, Fayetteville, Mebane, Wilmington, Sanford, and now Wilson. Alpaca Peruvian Chicken, sponsor of HighSchoolOT Jamboree. The flags were after the play, so I'll give myself a little bit grace on that one. And I said no flags, and there were on the play.
It's not something the coaches will like.
A turnover on downs, however, will give so the ball goes back to Southeast, but then you assess the penalty. So it's not going to be as good.
Halfway to the, so they're going back from 35 to.
I think the chain gang unfortunately moved a little too early.
It's preseason for the chain gang too.
Absolutely, we've seen some interesting down yardage things on the other side of the field. Not picking on anybody, folks. It's the first.
We saw one where it was like a 1st and 4.
I'm not in mid-season form either right now. Handoff up the middle. Southeast Raleigh. Ooh, talk about shedding some tacklers. It looked like Corian Bullock was kind of stood up, and instead he's bursting out there for a 9-yard gain.
Kept his head down, turned his legs, and it was that one. So, J. Mike, with Alpaca, are you team green sauce or yellow sauce?
I've only had the yellow sauce so far.
Okay.
So I guess I have to be yellow sauce. You're telling me the green sauce is a little bit spicier?
I prefer the green. The green is spicy.
Okay.
And the yellow is a little bit sweeter.
I'll have to see. If my wife's had the green sauce, she says it's spicy, then I'll know that I might be team yellow. Who knows? I like spicy things. It just doesn't like me back sometimes. Well, I can just download the app. I can just download the app and get a free entree and then try it next time. If you download the app today, right now, if you don't have it on your phone, you get a free entree yourself.
Yeah, last month I downloaded the app, and it was also my birthday month, so I got 2 free entrees. You get one for your birthday, too. I was eating good last month.
Nice. 2nd and 9 coming up here. Southeast Raleigh trying to move the chains. Speaking of moving, if you need solutions for moving, storage, or junk removal, locally owned and operated company 2 Men and a Truck has you covered. All of the 2 Men and a Truck's movers and haulers are background checked, uniformed, and insured. Visit 2menandatruck.com to get your move started today.
So I don't see Rashad Streets out there anymore, but perfectly understandable.
Oh, I do.
No, there he is. There he is. Oh, he made the tackle, didn't he?
You didn't see him at the bottom of the pile there. That's why he was.
My mind was lost in the green sauce.
Team green, team yellow. I have to figure out which side I am so I can appropriately choose sides. Right now, I've only interacted with team yellow. Timeout on the field for Southeast Raleigh. We're going to take a quick break.
It's your time to move things forward. U.S. Army Reserve.
It's more than a move. It's a new job for her. A new baseball team for him. And for Badger, it's a new yard with more room to roam. It's more than a move, and we're more than a truck.
Alpaca Peruvian Chicken is great at office lunches, team lunches, tailgating, and football games. Place your next catering order at Alpaca so you and your friends can enjoy the best rotisserie chicken in the area. Taste their legendary flavor and homemade pride at 18 locations across the Triangle, Fayetteville, Mebane, Wilmington, Sanford, and now Wilson. Alpaca Peruvian Chicken, home of North Carolina's favorite chicken and a proud supporter of high school OT and football teams across the state.
We are back at the High School OT Jamboree, and what you're watching right now is Crafton Artist trying to fight off tacklers. We'll see where they mark it depending on his forward progress. But it was a good throw there from Caden Hooker, number 9. Freshman in the game as the backup quarterback.
He had some zip on that ball.
He really did. Forward progress will result in a first down. The ball is now at the 41-yard line. We're under 10 minutes left of the first half. Millbrook had the ball at the beginning of this half and ate up a lot of clock. Good 10 and a half minutes or so of clock. So Southeast Raleigh, this is their first drive of the second half. They led 14-0, and now, as you see, they're tied 14-all. Handoff up the middle. Rashad Streets on the tackle. Man, Joel, he is as advertised.
If we were taking stats right now, we'd probably be past or near 10 tackles, you'd think, probably.
Yeah, absolutely. He'll come out on this play here. This is now 2nd and 9. Now for Southeast Raleigh in their conference, I know a lot of familiar faces. Who would you say is the favorite to win that league this year, the Greater Neuse River 7A? Is it Southeast? Is it Clayton? Cleveland?
It's tough. I mean, it's hard to go against Cleveland with the history. But, you know, this Clayton team, it seems like everything is kind of lined up for them. They have all these seniors. Aiden Smalls at quarterback is going to NC State to play receiver. They have a really good senior tight end in River Fiore. They have a 4-star defensive lineman, Keyshawn Stansel. They have a couple of juniors as well who are good players. I feel like this is the best chance Clayton has at it of late to really break through that kind of Cleveland curse they've been on the last few years.
And, of course, I didn't even mention Fuquay Verita, longtime head coach Jeb Hall. Great program there. You've also got Garner. I mean, Greater Neuse River.
Garner is going to be a factor as well.
That's a deep league.
Defensive backs. Quarterback Christian Ormandy, lefty, I believe. Deron Donalds did a good job with that Garner program. People forget how bad they were that last year before he got there.
I got to say, there's some great coaches in Wake County all over. A lot of them we've seen here today. The false start will move it. Now it's a 3rd and long for the Bulldogs. Under 7 minutes left.
Grayson Williams, the left tackle, one of the players pulled by Southeast Raleigh here, protecting here. I'm just going to go ahead and call him a future high 4-star player, at least with the offers he has as a sophomore. He's on that trajectory. We don't have the 2028 rankings yet, but I feel like he'll be one of the players that's very high up there. Chase Sizer threading off the edge here. Nice inside move. Got to the quarterback. Sizer was Wakefield's most productive edge rusher last year, had almost 10 sacks. That was a good outside fake inside move there.
4th down. Southeast Raleigh's going to bring out the punting unit. Let's take some time to tell you about another one of our great sponsors here at the High School OT Jamboree, the U.S. Army. With more than 20 different career fields to choose from, U.S. Army officers receive financial aid for a debt-free education at one of the largest and most advanced organizations of learning in the world. Be all you can be. Visit GoArmy.com for more information today. And fumbled the snap there a little bit, gets it underway. In the season, you want that, it's got to be a certain number of seconds you have to get that kick off. Catch it clean, snap it clean, everything.
How about this crowd? You know, we're well past 11 o'clock at this point. It's gone far later than it was supposed to go, but all these fans are still here and supporting these teams.
think
Credit to them.
some of that has to be it just feels great.
It does
feels
feel
great
great.
outside. So
This is the best weather I feel like we've ever had for the Jamboree.
absolutely, I would absolutely go ahead and crown it that.
So next year we're sure to be 100 degrees and
back to reality next year, perhaps. But just the no humidity, because it could be 11 o'clock at night in North Carolina.
yeah,
It's
you don't really feel it right now in the air.
Not at all. Timeout on the field here. 5 minutes and just 1 second left.
Do you have a prediction for the rest of the game here? Think someone's going to pull it out, or we're going to end in a tie?
You're more of the prediction guy. I would really dislike a tie.
I hope we end on like a last-second field goal. That'd be thrilling.
That would be cool. We've had field goals at the end of the first half today. 2-point conversion tries at the end of regulation. It's kind of the only thing we're missing is a kick through the uprights
Yeah.
as the clock hits 0.
I have to wonder, that Mill Creek decision to kick the field goal at the end of the first half. I know we're not really competing for wins and losses here, but you have to wonder. I mean, that's as far as they've got. For the rest of the game, they were on the 12-yard line or so. Or
Well, I think at that point
I think they had a shot.
At that point, they had been down there earlier and had the interception.
But I don't think they ever got back that deep.
Yeah, so at that point of the game, they're thinking we'll be down here again.
Right. Yeah.
And then you're not, and you're like, oh well.
It's
Hindsight is
also a
20/20.
Jamboree, and you want to get your kicker a chance.
That's true.
And with people watching him, it's a big deal. It's a big part of this.
Pressure situation.
These coaches want to see how the kids respond to the crowds, because you really don't know when you're in practice until you get in front of these crowds.
Yeah, and a great crowd here today. Swinging it out, moving once again down the sideline. This is Malachi Gilchrist, and he's got his second touchdown of the night.
Way to tiptoe along the sideline there. I thought he was going to step out like 5 different times, and he stayed in.
Nifty footwork from Malachi Gilchrist. The second long catch and run for him tonight. And Millbrook is in front for the first time here in our last game of the High School OT Jamboree.
20 unanswered right now.
Wow, and Malachi Gilchrist, if there were questions about what can Millbrook do a little bit different on offense, gotta say, Gilchrist is a guy.
It's really unlocking that passing game. We know they can run the ball again. Brylis and McCullers, he's a 1,000-yard back every year. But for them to really contend in 8A, they're going to need production like that in the passing game.
Absolutely. The point after is good with 4:46 left in the final game of the High School OT Jamboree. Millbrook leads Southeast Raleigh 21-14. So again, just 4 minutes and 46 seconds here. But we're not done with the preseason Jamboree business. Next week, we've got the Bulldog Bash. So you can join us then. Why not join us in person? Get tickets. Come on out next Friday at Southeast Raleigh, where we're going to have the action kicking off at 6 o'clock p.m. featuring Knightdale versus Cary. Then it's Sanderson versus Wilson Prep, Garner versus Wake Forest, and then closing things out will be these Bulldogs of Southeast Raleigh, who are about to take over their next drive at their own 20. They'll be taking on Jordan. For more details on the Bulldog Bash, visit HighSchoolOT.com. We've also got coverage, photo galleries of today's games. You can watch the replays of these broadcasts, all at HighSchoolOT.com. First play, boy, Southeast Raleigh.
Another new quarterback.
Third quarterback who comes out slinging it. You gotta like it. The confidence they have in these guys, Joel.
Darren Harris, he's listed as a receiver, junior receiver, but he's out there playing quarterback.
First down, moving the chains to the 42. First time tonight, Southeast Raleigh's had to play from behind.
When you're really working in a new system like they are this year, Coach Campbell is installing his own system into the offense. These second and third string quarterbacks, they need as much reps as possible as well. It's a full change for everybody.
Absolutely, we are ticking under 4 minutes now.
Oh, I think they got him.
Yep, jumping across the line of scrimmage there. Can't do that in high school. It'll be Millbrook, and this will be a 5-yard penalty, Southeast Raleigh. First and 5 now. I'll tell you this much, Joel. You asked for a prediction. I'll predict this. If Southeast Raleigh does score, they're going for 2 in the win.
Oh, yeah, just like Gibbons.
Just like Gibbons. Now,
Get right back.
5 yards up, 5 yards back. 1st and 10 coming up for Southeast Raleigh. Right tackle moved a little too early that time. Like you said, Joel, the stands were no doubt the largest right around the Rolesville-Gibbons game. Some folks who went to the early games were sticking around to watch some of that. The folks who were coming to these last 2 games showed up early so they could see part of that. It's thinned out some, but this is great to be having this number of people here still. As we're getting closer to 11:30 at night. Harris incomplete. Tipped, could have been dangerous there.
I suspect there's been at least a handful or a decent number of people that have been here for all 5 games. There's a good crowd out there at 5 o'clock, and I suspect there's some that have lasted the whole night.
Well, if you get here early, get a good parking spot. You don't have to walk as far at the end of the night.
Yeah, get right under that parking deck there. One of the close spots in the parking deck. We got the best spot in our 999 The Fan van.
Looking good right there by the entrance. We are under 2 minutes now left in our final game. Harris slinging it to his right. Incomplete. 1 minute and 41 seconds on the clock. We're under 2 minutes, so clock will stop here and there. Incomplete passes and first downs and things like that.
Well, if they really want to stretch the field, I feel like they could. Kyra Williams is no longer back there at deep safety. I mean, they might have to. 3rd and 10, they're pretty much going to have to air it out here.
As this one goes down to the wire, we did have a number of these go down to the wire last year. HighSchoolOT Game of the Week. This year, it's going to be presented by Alpaca Peruvian Chicken, your home for the biggest games in the state every Friday night. This throw is also incomplete in the middle of the field. Again, our game of the week. We're going to get things going on August 22nd with a Week 1 showdown in the Sandhills between Terry Sanford and 71st. 2 teams from Fayetteville. 71st, one of the best teams in the new 6A, actually defending 3A runner-ups. Again, that's the HighSchoolOT Game of the Week presented by Alpaca Peruvian Chicken, streamed live on HighSchoolOT. I'm excited for that one, Joel.
Yeah.
I like going down to the Sandhills. That's my home country right there,
yeah.
The Sandhills. And we started last year at Game of the Week with 71st. Saw them play Richmond. And we said, man, 71st is really good. And so is this Richmond team. It was a good indicator of that year for both of those squads. Saw Terry Sanford here a little bit earlier as we have a flag on the field, delay a game. We'll make this a 4th and 15 for Southeast Raleigh.
Well, based off our preseason top 25, 71st is effectively our pick to represent the 6A East.
I know they're not happy about being 20th in the state, because last year they were not the 20th best team in the state. They were a top 10 team in the state last year.
Well, listen, if you lose like 2 of your best players of all time in your program history, you're going to take a little bit of a dip. It's okay.
Yeah.
We still think you're good.
It's also a recalibration. You get 20 and say, hey, what is that? But again, they're the highest ranked team in the 6A East. So we're effectively saying you're going back to the state title for a 3rd year in a row. Harris under pressure. He's going to be sacked right there with the contact per Jamboree rules. And Millbrook will take over with great field position.
Yeah, no, it's just, touch contact here, but in this situation, the coaching point here would be to just get the ball out. You don't want to take a sack on 4th down. You're just going to make it so much worse than it already is. Just get the ball out. Instead, he's back, 8 more yards than they had to be.
I think what harmed him a little bit, he had to be flushed to his left, and most of his receivers, he had to, then you're
got
throwing.
Squirt it out there.
He's had to throw out to across his body. Wasn't able to do that, so Millbrook, big comeback here in the Jamboree. Joel, if anyone knows the biggest comeback in Jamboree history, it would be you. You'll have to look this up for me.
It would not be me because I do not know that.
Breaking a tackle, 1st down for the Wildcats. That's number 19, Michael Watkins Jr.
New quarterback for Millbrook, Reese Coons. Another junior. This team is all juniors.
Yeah, really. Malachi Gilchrist, one of the rare ones, who's a senior.
Both Malachis are seniors.
Yeah. Well, it's Jaden Smith, who had a big reception for the Wildcats earlier, another senior. Play action. Rolling to his right. Thought about taking a shot. He just kind of dirts it. Does Reese Coons. 37.8 seconds left.
Did have Brian Leacock open there towards the goal line. I believe that's the younger brother of Nathan Leacock, who's a star wide receiver, or was a star wide receiver at Millbrook. He'll have a chance too. He's young, but 6'3", 175.
Yeah.
Can't coach that.
And Nathan Leacock, for that matter, was one of the best track stars, hurdler, in his high school days as well. So he wasn't just tall, he could jump and move. That's why he went on and committed to Tennessee out of high school. Oh. Ball is loose on the ground. Coons picks it up, and he's going to be hit just behind the line of scrimmage.
And that's why we're here. You can practice all that operational stuff all you want, but when you get into a game setting like that, the kind of pressure of a game, it's...
Clock is ticking, winding down on this one, winding down on the High School OT Jamboree, folks. We got 12 seconds left. We have a whistle out there, but clock stops briefly with 7.3 seconds left now. Maybe an equipment thing. The ref said a Southeast player had to come out of the game. And here we are. And this should be our last play of the night. Handoff up the middle. And he is down right there. So Millbrook comes back from being down 14-0. They scored 2 times in the last 5 minutes of the first half and add a big pass play in the second half to win this one 21-14. What a great night of football we had here. Thank you all for tuning in with High School OT Jamboree presented by Alpaca Chicken, 2 Men in a Truck, and the U.S. Army. I am J. Mike Blake. For myself, Joel Bryant, Evan Moesta, and Jonas Pope IV, who are helping bring all of this to you tonight. Thank you for watching. Have a great night. We'll see you next time.
Are you craving chicken? Download the Alpaca Peruvian Chicken app to gain access to exclusive offers and earn rewards by eating the food that you love. New members who sign up will receive a free entree. Again, that's the Alpaca Peruvian Chicken app. Taste their legendary flavor and homemade pride at 18 locations across the Triangle, Fayetteville, Mebane, Wilmington, Sanford, and now Wilson. You can visit them online at alpacachicken.com and catch the Alpaca Chicken Game of the Week each Friday night on HighSchoolOT.com.
It's more than a move. It's a new job for her. A new baseball team for him. And for Badger, it's a new yard with more room to roam. It's more than a move, and we're more than a truck.
I am disciplined, physically and mentally tough. Trained and proficient in my warrior tasks and drills. I am American soldier.
Please remember to grab your book bag on your way out. Once again, if you left a book bag outside the stadium, you're going to need to make sure you grab your book bag on the way out. Thank you very much and have a great night.